this video, we will demonstrate how to add a new report to the navigation within the WEBTrak Knowledge Management Portal. WEBTrak is the common user front end for accessing any reports, forms, or dashboards available within the TrakSYS 8 software. Now, before we get started, I'm going to point out that I'm currently logged into WEBTrak using an administrator login. So this is going to be a user account that has full permissions to modify, change, add new content into the tree view navigation that we'll see over here on the left-hand side of the screen. And to add a report, we must first have a report folder, also known as a report group, which is where all of these reports get housed. Now, whether it's the top level report group or perhaps I want to create a new one for some content that I'm going to add, the ability to add content to the navigation, I'm going to select a folder that I want to add things inside of. And from this blue menu here in the WEBTrak portal, I'm going to click on that to open up a menu. And I'm going to add a new report group. So I'm doing this under the root TrakSYS reports folder. This is going to take me to a dialog. And for this particular video, we're going to say sample reports. Report groups can be configured with a description. We can give them a unique key, which can be used for some programming purposes outside the scope of this particular demonstration. We also can configure this report group to automatically expand. What that means is that as a user first comes into WEBTrak, if they have access to this report group will be open. They'll be able to see any of the content inside of it, effectively opening up that level of the tree. When we click Save, we'll see a new report group, my new sample reports, which has been added to the bottom of the list of groups here within the navigation. Now, to add a report to this particular folder or group, we're going to select it so that it's highlighted, and either from the main screen here or again from our report group menu at the top, we're going to select New Report. Now, this is going to give us a list of any of the report types. You can think of them as templates or predefined reports or pages that are available within the WEBTrak portal. Some of these are used for extensibility and to be able to design your own type of page or form. These are known as dashboards. There are also a number of canned out-of-the-box reports that are available to end users. In this example, I'm going to select a report that's going to show me production events. Events in TrakSYS can be downtimes, they can be slow times, they can be uptime, they can be things like changeovers or maintenance activities, really anything that's going to have a duration to it. When we selected that out of the list, this is going to take us to what they call the report designer. Now, we're not doing any programming or scripting here. What we have access to are all of the different user parameters for this report that will control what data is going to be selected, how things may be visualized or grouped or filtered. There's a large number of these parameters, and they're going to vary depending upon the report type that you select. The reason we come into this designer is it allows us to preset values for these parameters or bookmark them. I'm going to create a report here, and I'm going to give it a different title than the default. I'm going to call this Event Summary. I'm going to make this for the current week, provided that I can spell correctly. For my current week report, I'm going to create something that's got a visual to it that looks more like a table than a set of gears. And for our defaults, I'm going to set this to a particular area of my factory, or maybe set this up for a specific line so the user doesn't have to select this every time they want to run the report. I've stated that this is going to be for the current week, so let's set our date range to be the starting and ending dates of that current week. We'll take week start to week end, and we're going to actually make our weeks start and end on a Monday versus on a Sunday. We've got some control over what these default values will be. We'll still make this a table, and we'll actually have all of our groupings here. We've got two levels to work with. Systems and the definition of these events or their names. We're going to make sure these are auto-expanded. Number of different options here. Rather than go through each one, let me take what I've set up for this new report. I'm going to save it. As I do, I'm going to see that it's now been added to the navigation on the left-hand side with the proper defaults already set. We could then click Open and run this particular report, or if need be, as we select this report, come back up to the menu, we can go back into the design view for this and make further changes. That concludes our demonstration of how to add a report into the WEBTrak Knowledge Management Portal. We hope you found this information to be useful, and we thank you for your attention.